pace with control of this race. Here comes a run from Davey Hazard. He blocks the 10. Not going to be enough. Ryan Pace is going to win at Talladega.
Already trying to hold off Wilson. He's done a good job so far. Wilson, one last desperate attempt to the bottom. He won't get there. Nick Curry wins at Bristol.
Coming out turn number 2, coming down the back straightaway here. Looks like he's in a class of his own right now.
Merzlak, one final time, get around the 55, big time send.
He hits the wall, he hits it, he gets the lead, but can he hang on to it? Oh my goodness, he made it to the line!
Big push down the backstretch is going to give him a good run through the corners.
A little bit
Follow from the 1.
A little bit of contact there for second, but coming to the line, Toby Roberson's going to take home the checkered flag and victory here from the new Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Before I wrap things up here in this segment, your thoughts on the type of race we're going to see tonight? And I would have to agree.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to tonight's feature presentation of the HVRL Maverick Cup Series Richmond 200 from, you guessed it, the Richmond Raceway. Hello and welcome, folks. So glad you're joining us here tonight. As always, my name is Joe Twansky. Joining me up here in the booth tonight, the one and only Mr. Ricky Collette. Ricky, welcome back to Richmond, buddy.
Joe, it's good to be back here at Richmond for another great night of racing with the Maverick Cup Series. It's Maverick Night in America here from Virginia tonight. Gonna have a fun one here, 200 laps at OG Richmond. Not OG Richmond, this has got safer barriers. At some kind of Richmond, but we got a little bit of paint work on this track. You got some logos on the wall representing the series that's here tonight. These guys get their own little unique track here, but should be a fun one. Richmond always puts on a good race, good show. And should be no different tonight.
Yeah, we're going to go for 200 laps tonight around this short track, too. Just under 200 miles. It's 3/4 of a mile racetrack. How, we talked about last week being an endurance race. Tonight, something similar, right, Ricky?
Yeah, kind of. Short tracks are always a bit of an endurance race. Just trying to make sure you hit your marks, just like road courses. You really don't want to fumble up too bad. And you just want to make sure you don't fumble up too bad. Lap times are king here, and you don't want to have any deviation from that, because you will get eaten alive, much like road courses.
Don't want to fumble up too bad.
Don't want to fumble up too bad.
Okay. What if you fumble down?
Then you would be the first person to do that. Is what I'd say to that, Joe.
I just know you're not, because there's contact there down the back straightaway. Work in practice. 51 Dady, 82 Hughes. One big thing to note here tonight. Points leader Roger Neville, second last week's race winner, trying to find the 23. Not here tonight. It's going to be Tom Musa piloting the 23 ski machine. Arlen Oaks to the number 95, the Grubhub car. Looks like they put Ford decals on a Chevrolet there. I don't know if you're seeing that, Ricky.
I have not, Joe. Where's that?
It's going into turn 3 right now.
Turn 3.
He's on the front stretch. Number 95.
And
now he's gone.
I don't see what you mean.
All right.
I didn't see it, therefore you're wrong.
Wonderful. We're off to a blazing start. There's Cade Welty making a debut here tonight in that Sharpie car. That's a sharp-looking Ford Fusion as it goes for a spin. Welcome Cade into all the fun. Matt Kenseth in the 20 here tonight. server has gotten reset. Ricky, what do you want to talk about?
Why is concrete gray, Joe?
I don't know. Why is concrete gray?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
Oh, but I'm asking you.
I'm asking you.
I'm asking you.
So they're going to qualifying here, Joe, so in 2 minutes we'll have an answer.
Why is concrete gray?
Not to why is concrete gray, but...
Why is concrete gray?
Why?
Well, I'm asking you.
Already off the rails here tonight, going swimmingly.
Have you ever wanted to manage your own racing team? Or what if you could go back in time to see if a particular season could have finished differently? Well, folks, have no fear because AutoSim 2 is here. With fully customizable roster files, you can create your own world or try to recreate the past. Heck, you could even try to predict the future through AutoSim 2's Sim mode. Don't like the passive approach? Well, then get more hands-on in owner mode, where you decide who drives your cars and what companies will sponsor them. Down on your luck? Well, then scout some new talent that will get you to the top. Already super successful? Try moving up the ladder or expanding to truly solidify your racing empire. However you want to play, AutoSim 2 has you covered and is now available for purchase through the Steam store for $9.99. Now go make your mark and build your legacy in AutoSim 2. Well, that's why I'm asking you.
Asking why concrete is gray? I'm asking you, Joe.
That's why I'm asking you, Ricky.
That's why I'm asking you.
That's why I'm asking you.
That is why I am asking you.
Ricky, that's why I'm asking you.
I think it's
Qualifying.
magic.
Yeah, that makes sense. Qualifying results at the top of your screens at home. You'll see them trickling across as we are again here in qualifying right now. A starting position, it's a smaller field tonight, right? We've seen a couple of these this year so far in the Maverick Cup Series, smaller field. Qualifying position, though, how important, how pivotal of a role will it play here this evening? As we got
Tonight,
identical times on top of the board.
Be pretty important, I'd say so. Just it's Richmond. Richmond is, you can't really pass super easily at Richmond. Like any short track, it takes a lot of legwork to kind of get around one guy, let alone 13 other guys on track. You really don't want to be the guy starting in dead last if you don't want a long race. And depending on the grips of the track, the flow of the race, if there's a lot of accidents, the more you're in the back at these tracks, the less room there is to take evasive maneuvers when an accident happens.
Mm-hmm.
So you're kind of at a double disadvantage. So really, you want to be up front. You can definitely do it. You definitely make the run from rear to front. People do it all the time, but I think that's the easiest way to get around this place. Would you agree?
Mm-hmm. I think I would agree. Would you agree?
Gordo asking in chat, is a concrete gray or is it gray? Like Grey or Gray?
That's a good question. Oh, we got...
Asking the brain ticklers here tonight on JTN. Joe, looks like we are all set with qualifying.
Yeah, so that means, Ricky, it's time for you to take us through tonight's starting lineup.
No thanks, I'm good.
Okay. Sorry, guys. We'll just have to wait. Thanks for that cough, Ricky. Really appreciate that. On pole tonight, it's going to be Tom Musa in the 23.
That's not what they call it anymore. What do they call it now? Richmond Rodeo? I don't remember. Starting on pole at a time of 22.020 seconds, he's going to be car number 23 of Mr. Tom Musa. Joining him on the front row in the 82 car is going to be Keith Hughes at, get this, Joe, the exact same lap time, 22.020. Those guys went down to the literal thousands, which I don't think it even gets documented anywhere. So who knows how close that gap actually is, but for as our listing here, it's a dead heat. But Tom Musa comes out with pole, Keith Hughes in second. Third spot goes to the 20 machine of Aaron Hall starting tonight. I haven't seen him around recently, so great to see him out here. 97 car of Cade Weltley, another face I haven't seen around recently, starting in the fourth spot. Zachary Hall in the 32 car will be starting from the 5th position. From spot number 6 is going to be car number 35 of Mike Carroll. In spot number 7 is going to be car number 28. It's going to be piloted by James Sykes this evening, and Xavier Brown in the 30 car will be rolling off from the 8th position. From spot number 9 is car number 018 of Brandon. Was it Rustin, Joe, or is it Rustan?
Rustin. That's what we've been saying.
Yeah, Brandon Rustin. And rounding out the top 10 tonight is going to be the 95 machine of Garland Oaks. Jason Dady in car numero 510 will be starting from the 11th spot. In spot number 12 is going to be the 27 car of Mark Snyder. 13th position of track is going to be the 22 car of Ben Snyder. And going to be the last car to take a time in qualifying. Rest of the field picked on random draw. Spot number 14 goes to the 75 of Sean Dotson. Spot number 15 goes to the 6 car of Tate Dorsey. And in spot number 33 is going to be...
That's not right.
What?
You said spot number 33.
Oh, spot number... spot number... where am I at? 14. 15 Tate Dorsey. 16th is the 33 Viana. Now, Joe, we had this discussion. Is it... How do you pronounce his first name?
Keo.
Keo.
He corrected us last week after us saying it wrong
Keo.
for a year. So, again, many apologies.
Like Keo.
Yep.
Okay. Keo. Because I'm
no,
like,
I'm sorry.
I, see that
I said it wrong
Italian,
still.
like,
I still said it wrong.
like,
Kyo.
Okay, so that's phonetic. Kyo. I like that. Kyo Viana will start from 33 car in the 18th spot. I almost did it again. Has a real tongue twister for me tonight.
Nelly, Tristan Grace, Alex Gordo, all in chat. Xavier Brown in chat as well. Welcome in, folks. Xavier in the nighttime paint scheme here this evening with the purple and teal. Welcome in. Can't thank you folks enough, as always, for tuning in to us, for us here on JTN. Make sure if you haven't already, drop a like on the video and subscribe. Again, doing so is the best way to help support us here on JTN, the JoeTow Network. All right, look at the 95. Those are Ford logos on a Chevy SS.
Chevy logos on a Ford SS?
Yep, that's exactly what I said.
Oh, I don't see the 95. I don't have that paint.
Oh.
No wonder I couldn't figure out what you were talking about. I thought you were just going loony.
That'd be pretty wild.
Going loony, mate.
Mark Snyder there in the 27 Kia. Oh, gonna get into the wall a little bit in turns 1 and 2. Woohoo! And folks, just working happy hour here, waiting for this one to get underway. Just waiting for it, you know. Been waiting all day for Maverick Night. Remember, we on JTN have you covered. Get that racing itch scratched. Thursday night's the Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series from the Dover Motor Speedway. Coverage kicking off at 9:05 p.m. Eastern Time. Then the Atlanta Motor Speedway plays host to next week's Maverick Cup Series race at 8:30 And the Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series from Kansas on May 4th at 9:05. Those races much, much more, of course, live right here only on JTN.
2 minutes left here in happy hour, Joe. What are you looking for tonight's race? Oh, I get to ask you.
Green flag racing. I want to see how these guys navigate the short track for the first time this season. Navigated the road course last week relatively well. Want to see what they do here on the short track. Oh,
Joe, I was hoping you were going to drag that out longer so I could totally not eat on mic.
just mute. Ricky's flight got here really late.
I don't care if they hear it. I just didn't want to be asked a question while I'm bountiful of food.
Oh. Well, I care if they hear that, because no one wants to hear you eating. Anybody had any big tests recently? Oh, buddy, let me tell you. Those college exams, I'm just trying to graduate.
Look at that. Look at that. Oh, no.
Ricky has been muted for being really annoying. Folks, let me tell you. Can't thank you enough for tuning in to JTN tonight. Make sure if you haven't already, drop a like and subscribe. Kristen asks, anybody have had any big tests recently? Big tests, man. Big tests. Hope if you've had any big tests out there in listener land that you passed them and you did well. I'm still waiting to get my results back from exams I took Thursday and Friday of last week, so that's fun. And there's a grad student strike on campus, so we'll see if anything gets actually scored, and they're threatening not even to post grades until the middle of May, so yeah. So that's that is a lot of fun. Gregory Hall going around there. Really loose conditions out here on track. Have to watch the grip go away from these tires as the laps trudge on here tonight in this race. James Sykes there in the 28 up next to the wall. Dorsey going to go on by Keith Hughes as well. Hughes has to be one of the favorites here tonight, along with our pole sitter Tom Musa, who's in the 23, trying to get that 23 and Owners Championship with Roger Nebelsack out this week. If you're watching, don't go into forestry. That sounds awful. A 94 to pass the class? What is the exam worth? Like 60% of your grade? That's crazy. Oh. Oh, no. All right, folks. Well, we're getting ready to go racing here. Field's going to line up on the back straightaway as we will await the command to get engines fired from the Richmond Raceway.
Should be getting the go-ahead in about 6 seconds here, Joe. I'm looking at the little startup timer.
Drivers, start.
I was right.
Engines.
As we get the command, and it's going to be Tom Musa leading us to green in the number 23. Keith Hughes there in second. As we get ready to go racing tonight from the Richmond Raceway in Richmond, Virginia. 200 laps of short track racing on deck. And away we go. Green flag, we're racing from Richmond. Already Musa having issues there on the bottom. Keith Hughes. Oh, we got one around at the back. It's the 51. Caution going to be out for the first time tonight.
Oh, they're flipping, Joe. 6 cars over. What happened here, Joe? Oh, goodness. Joe, they catch the gap in the inside wall. That's why this was so hard.
Who caught it?
Ben Snyder and also, I think, the 51 of Jason Davey.
Oh, no, it's the 33.
Oh, 33, excuse me. Yeah, like, come to a dead stop there. Wow. Also, the 6 got rolling again, Tate Dorsey, after flipping, and is currently on pit road for repair.
Look at this. Look at one of those cars at that opening. They just get, like, flung backwards. Kaio going to be out of this race in the 33. Get another look at it here. Who do you want to go on board with? Ben Snyder?
Yeah, let's go on with Ben.
That car's already smoking. But our first caution out here tonight. Keith Hughes is your leader. I don't think I've ever seen a wreck that bad. That's why you got to watch where you put those holes for the safety workers, right?
That is why you usually do it.
Couple cars out of this race, 33 and 27 have retired. Is that correct, Ricky?
Yeah, 33 is retired. 22 is also retired, Joe.
22. Doubled up here for the restart next time around on lap 7 of 200.
We're pacing them around here. I think they're going to be going this time. Joe, what are you looking for on this restart, aside from not flipping?
No, that was going to be my first thing. Just want to see these guys get going okay, right? We always see a lot of, feel like we always see a lot of wheel spin here at Richmond, so I want to see how Keith Hughes manages this restart behind the wheel of the 82 Honda Accord into the restart zone, and back away we go. Green flag once again here. Hughes with a good jump. Musa gonna have to fall into second.
They make it around for one lap here, Joe. A little bit of a battle right behind him. 20th Hall and the 97 car of Welty side by side here coming down into turn one. 97 got a great run on the high line. High side actually looking like it's working a little better than you'd think, Joe. That 97 makes a pass on the 20 on the high line. See Xavier Brown running in a dead heat with Zach Hall. They've just been running side by side around this place.
Xavier Brown way out in the loose stuff there through turns 3 and 4. Gonna lose that fourth spot, excuse me. Fifth spot, rather. Here comes James Sykes in the 28.
James Sykes looking, but he's not there just yet. Car clobbers the wall in turn 2. Sean Dotson keeps it straight.
Mike Carroll really loose off of that corner as well. You see Dotson in the 75.
23 already starting to fall back into the grass with a 97 car Welty here. Tom Musa not able to keep with Keith Hughes right now. You see the 20 kind of grab the wall, the 30 grabs the wall of hair, 28 grabs the wall, everyone hits the wall. We can see that they're not actually running all the way on the bottom, Joe. They're kind of moving around, which is more than I was expecting. Usually come to these Richmonds and it's pretty much, you want to be in that low line or you get freight train.
Oh, 97 in the wall.
Too high up though, he gets caught in the outside wall, wall grab, I mean. Keeps rolling here, hangs on to that third position, but Zach Hall's going to get a great run on him coming into turn 3 here.
See what Hall in the 32 is able to do here. Looks like that gap going to stabilize. Keith Hughes starting to run away from Tom Musa, who sits at second in the number 23. Aaron Hall there in third. Fourth is now Welty in the number 97.
Go further back, Joe. Brandon Rustin in the 95. Garland Oaks side by side here. Oaks getting on by the 018 just for the 9th spot. Or 8th spot, excuse me. Oaks gets on by. Now Sean Dotson gets to the inside the 018. Here comes the 51 and Jason Davey. That 018 just gets freight trained on the outside line.
Yeah, it's so tough to keep spots here at Richmond when you lose your momentum. That's what happened there with the 018. Just lost his momentum and, well, lost a couple spots.
Oh, 30 gets to the back of the 28. James Sykes sends him around, does a 360, and then there's another 180 to it. That's 2 360s, 95.
And the 23 is blowing up.
Oh, 6 gets into him.
23 at Tom Musa has blown up.
We're back under yellow here, Joe. Wait, Tom Musa's blown up?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, you're right. Tom Musa from second spot. Did Tom blow up last week, too?
No, that was Huang. This is Tom's first race in a while here in the Maverick Cup Series.
Yeah, you're right.
Here's what happens, though. The 28's gonna start checking up, I think. Xavier Brown doesn't check up in time. I think he's checking up because of the smoke. Same thing happens with 75 and 95. You can kind of lose them in the smoke, so you can kind of see what the drivers...
Yeah, it seems like that initial incident, Sykes and Xavier Brown are racing for position. Brown had a really good 3 and 4, hugged right at the bottom, had a huge run on the 28, and just kind of got him a little bit the wrong spot in the tri-oval there, right when the rear end's at its lightest. Got that 28 around. No real harm to any of these guys, so we stay racing, but I guess the worst beneficiary of all this, I don't know if beneficiary would be the right word, but is Tom Musa, who has... and an unrelated incident just blown up.
Well, if I'm being honest with you, I'd rather blow up early in a race than late in a race just for time's sake, right?
Yeah. Now, Joe, does Maverick Cup Series run spec motors?
They must. We're going to have to talk with the folks at Ilmore Engineering, huh?
Yeah. Less.
Oh, you see that 23. He didn't money shift or anything, right? Like... Hopefully we'll get an explanation there, but leaders on pit lane. Everyone on pit lane. It's like Garland Oak's going to win the race off. He's there in second. And Cade Welty. Zachary Hall. And the 95 coming back down pit lane. I think he just missed his box.
Garland Oaks, first one off of pit road here in the 95. I don't know if that was by design or not, because
it was not. Because then he came back down.
What?
It was not because then he came back down, Ricky.
Oh, my bad.
Are you live?
No.
Maybe get live.
Whoopsies. My bad. I was still looking at the replay stuff. You press a lot of buttons, you get lost here, but what I'm not lost on is the fact that we are coming back green. Joe, take us back.
Keith Hughes with control here for the restart in the 82. Aaron Hall to the outside. Cade Welty, Zachary Hall, Xavier Brown, your top 5. Coming back green lap 19 at 200. We're back underway here at Richmond.
He kind of spins the tires a little bit, still gets that launch. Good take the high line going through the turn here. That's a new one.
You see the 20's around right in front of the field. Gets it back going.
What a recovery, though.
We stay green.
Stay green, but that is going to be disastrous for that 20 car.
And self-spin there from the 20.
Aaron Hall. And that's the other thing about Richmond. We didn't really talk about at the top of the show, but Richmond definitely has that Phoenix symptom to it. That cold tires are a bit of a killer.
Uh-huh.
Here comes the 68 Dorsey to the inside. Not the 68 Dorsey. Thought he was Xavier Brown to the inside of the 68 Dorsey.
Tate gonna get on by. Tate was on his roof hit. You know, under our first caution.
Well, that's Richmond, baby.
That's Richmond.
That's Richmond, baby. Running uncontested up front right now. Top 3 hanging on there. Welty in second. Zachary Hall in third. You see Xavier Brown really running that high line. I'm liking this, Joe. These guys really venturing up there, and you can see that it kind of works. Brown staying alongside 35 Carroll. Carroll's definitely getting the run to the inside, but Brown's making it work up there. Every now and then, he actually kind of diamonds it back down to that lower line. But you see he's right back on the back bumper of 35. Gets a great run coming off the turn, running that high line. Now they're going to switch positions. This is a very racy version of Richmond. There's a lot of lines at work here. Mike Carroll actually having to check up. Got tight there trying to race at 30. Here comes 75, Sean Dotson. Carroll goes to defend. Drives in a little too deep. Dotson gets underneath. Hits that paint. Tries to get a little line. Sean Dotson gets loose, though. That lets Mike Carroll drive on by. Tate Dorsey, the inside of Zach Hall, though. That's for third position. Tate Dorsey, again, who was on his roof.
Tate had a really strong run a few weeks ago.
97 right in front of him, going around. Right in front of these guys. Look out. They keep it going. Oh, my goodness. What a 360 there. And we stay green.
Replay there, the 97 going around the entire corner. 4-wheel slide.
The big logjam here, Joe. Tate Dorsey in fourth, in the fifth. Mike Carroll on the outside. 75, Sean Dodger right behind them trying to get through. Carroll going to try to charge it on that high line. Goes a little too high. Almost grabs the wall. Uses the grip to pull himself back up, but loses 2 spots there. Here comes a 51 of Jason Dady with the 20 right in tow. Right ahead of them, you see the 6 and the 75 are now racing for position. Joe, they're all over the track here. Is this Richmond? Are we at the right track?
We are. They're all over the track, and they're all over each other. Here, you saw some contact between the 51 and 20, that time off of turn number 4. The gaps start to close once again. Welty trying to find a way around Aaron Hall for position. Datey trying to find a way around Welty. As further back, we got Racing as Sykes looks to the inside of Rustin.
Sykes to the inside there. He's got that low line. Try to get to the inside of him. Rustin going to try using the high line here. Rustin stays ahead of him for the moment. Field's starting to kind of single file back out as Keith Hughes has kind of been running away right now. The 4.6 second lead while these guys are racing amongst themselves. Zach Hall has gotten away from the melee. Starting to put down some laps himself there. Trying to catch up with this leader. You see 20 of Aaron Hall getting to the inside of 35. Joe, this car just spun around a few laps ago. He's already back up to the 6th spot.
Starting to methodically crawl his way back up to the front of the field. See Dotson to the inside of Dorsey using the 3rd place car of Xavier Brown as a pseudo pick that time down into turns 3 and 4. Although, Dorsey on the outside going to be able to at least have an opportunity here to charge back heading down into turn 1. Dorsey had to slam on the brakes with the 30 in front of him. Dotson makes the pass. Dotson now going to look to the inside of the 30 of Xavier Brown for the 3rd position.
Joe, it almost looks like there's a little bit of grip up there right in the berm, like right up by the safer barrier. Or more than you'd see normally, just because you can see those guys kind of grip it up when they get tight and go up the track. I'm kind of digging it, though, because that's what's letting these guys kind of rip the high line like that. But I've seen a few guys get tight here, and they kind of go to recover it. A lot of times you come to Richmond, you get tight, you just go into that outside wall. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. But I've seen guys go right up against that safer barrier. The 30 of Xavier Brown goes around.
Get a replay of it. Contact with the 20. All just sends him around there into turn number 3.
Talking Joe, 6 of Dorsey looking back to the inside of Sean Dotson. These guys racing really hard for position. Dotson trying to get into the inside of the lap car. Mark Snyder. Mark Snyder gets into the outside wall, keeps it straight.
Oh, Mark Snyder going to go
Mark
around.
Snyder goes around right into Jason Datey.
We stay green.
You know who loves that? Keith Hughes.
He does.
27 on the inside.
Oh, no.
Turn around on the back straightaway here, right in front of Sean Dotson, right in front of the whole field, Joe. And that's going to be a yellow.
No.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, here
no,
comes
no.
Xavier Brown. He's got to move. Okay, he got on by. Joe, are you clutched a little bit?
A little bit.
Good call to throw the yellow. I thought that was going to be bad news bears there when those guys came around off of turn 2 and all stopped.
Yeah.
The 27 car on track.
Surprised we didn't get that yellow earlier. A couple multi-car incidents. Tom Moose is saying it sucks subbing for Roger. Or this sucks subbing for Roger. Did he at least leave you a bunch of ski citrus soda, Tom? That's the question I'm wondering here in the booth. Keith Hughes leads everyone down the pit lane. Ran enough laps there. Everyone gonna want 4 fresh good years. Ricky, what's going on in your brain right now?
Yeah, putting on 4 big rubber shoes and 2 gallons of, not 2 gallons, 2 cans of exploding dino juice here, Joe. They're coming off pit road. Keith Hughes still leading. 97 car, Chris Welty still in that second, Cade Welty, excuse me, in that second spot. Zachary Hall in 3rd position. 4th is going to be Tate Dorsey. 5th is going to be Sean Dotson. Dotson losing a few spots, was in the 3rd spot. That's going to be a top 5 rounds out here. Going off pit road. Keith was kind of in his own zip code there, Joe, but I think, as you see, Welty coming back down. I wonder if Welty had a speeding penalty, or maybe they didn't put the all 4 tires on.
Yeah, maybe they only put 3 of those rubber shoes on, huh?
Yeah. But Keith Hughes getting brought back to Zachary Hall is probably not what Hughes wants to see, because Hall definitely, as soon as Hall got in that second position, it was like he got his feet underneath him. He kind of started to keep that groove, as it were. And now he's going to have to, he's going to have to start trying to make that gap up again with more competition.
Folks, again, as always, can't thank you enough for tuning in to the Maverick Cup Series here on JTN. Make sure if you haven't already, drop a like on the video and subscribe. Doing so does help support us so much here on JTN. It helps us get these streams out to more and more folks. And it also shows that you like what we're doing, and it makes us feel good. So if you wouldn't mind, please click that like button. It does really help support us. It's a free way to help support us. And we, as always, cannot thank you enough. Make sure you also say hello in chat. And tell us who you think's going to win this race tonight. Driver and car are okay. We get ready to come back to the green flag here. We're coming to lap 40 of 200. And back away we go. Green flag once again here from Richmond.
From 6 to Tate Dorsey, the outside. Sean Dotson can't get work there. But you see the 20 and the 35 side by side. Mike Carroll trying to make that highline work as well, and it seems like it's yielding some results for him. Right behind him, Xavier Brown to the inside of the 28. James Sykes are going to go 3 wide here, getting on the back straightaway. Didn't do that for too long here at Richmond, Joe.
No, you can't. You saw those cars really tightening up there off the corner. Looked like the 28 and the 35 might have both backed out of it. Allowed Xavier Brown to go on by. Carroll losing spots here on the restart in the Skittles machine. Not tasting the rainbow. As here comes Garland Oaks looking to the inside in the Grubhub car. Almost made some contact with the 35, but they keep it going. Welty gonna go on by in the 97. Gonna go look at Kurt Busch Sharpie-esque car. I don't recall if that's the exact paint scheme that Kurt ever ran. A recollection.
I'm not sure, but you see the 35 going up the track again. 97 getting to the inside.
He's just loose down the bottom right now in that 97 car.
Got a little bit of a logjam here. Sean Dotson racing at 32. Zach Hall with Tate Dorsey getting to the inside. That's going to put Dotson up to that second spot. So, new challenger trying to take on that lead. You see the 6 Tate Dorsey might have gotten into the back. Zach Hall, he does. Hall gets into the outside wall. Keeps it rolling, though.
Sean Dotson now up into second in the 75. Tate Dorsey, Zachary Hall battling for third now. Aaron Hall in the 20. Starting to close the gap a little bit as well. Goes to 6 and 32. Going to get close there off of turn number 2. Back down into 3. Dorsey on the bottom. Hall on the outside. Dorsey with a good run, but that cart, it is so hard, Ricky, to throttle up, especially off of turn number 4.
It is definitely hard. It only gets harder as those tires wear in. You see Zach Hall charging back on the outside. Tate Dorsey takes back that third position, but he's got a ways to go as Sean Dotson is cleared out on these guys. setting his sights on Keith Hughes. Actually running faster lap times than the 82 at the moment, Joe.
Can Sean Dotson catch Keith Hughes? No one has been able to do it here this evening except for Tom Musa. Musa was able to keep close to the 82. But, of course, the engine let go on the number 23 car here. As Dorsey's way up the track now, and Hall will move on by. And here comes Aaron Hall in the 20. Dorsey loses another spot in this 6 car. Car in the Walt. Sykes in the 28. Might have been some contact with the 30. Is Xavier Brown going to lose 2 more spots to Mike Carroll, and the 97 is Cade Welty. Welty down to the inside of Carroll for the spot. They'll be side by side going back down into turn 1. Mike Carroll doing a good job of holding momentum on the outside, has not allowed Welty to go on by. Welty now has to swerve back up into line.
Keith Hughes still holding that lead here, coming up on the 27 of Mark Snyder to put him 4 laps down. Sean Dotson trying to stay in tow. Dotson's been running fast lap time still. We're running even with them. And, oh, Keith Hughes gets caught up behind the 27. Keeps it rolling straight back to come to a dead stop there. Caught the 27 at the worst possible spot there on exit. That lets Sean Dotson get a huge head of steam here. And oh, Zachary Hall gets into him. And the 20 collects him. No caution yet, Joe.
As here comes Sean Dotson to the inside of Keith Hughes, looking for the lead. Dotson a little loose there.
Loose.
And Hughes will be able to power back on by. Dotson going to have to mount another charge at the 82. Ricky, sometimes things happen and I just don't know what to say.
I'm in shock here, Joe. Just keep moving forward, I guess.
Zachary Hall looking to the inside of Mike Carroll for the spot. Be able to do that with relative ease. 32 going to try to clear up in front of the 35. Not just yet. Now he does. Into 1. James Sykes trying to go by Xavier Brown for a spot. As the 20 car is just parked here in turn 2.
He's just parked there? Oh, yeah, look, here's Aaron Hall. He's rolling again, but...
Did he get shipped? Oh, he just went by himself. Here's replay.
Oh, that's unfortunate. 3rd place, Hall been doing good. He's going to have to hold out here. Joe, I think he's just going to hold out, hope for a caution. No other cars. The only other car that's laps down right now is Mark Snyder, and he is 5 laps down. I think if Aaron Hall holds out here, there's going to be a caution at some point. He can start trying to make some head roads, but I don't think this is the end of the night for 20, even by a little bit.
Got 27 people currently tuned in here to the Maverick Cup Series on JTN. Make sure if you haven't already, please, oh please, drop a like. We'd always like to see that as the 20 car is now parked in the barrels.
What? What?
The wheels are very quickly falling off the wagon.
Joe, what? Did you do that on purpose? What? It looked like you got loose. What?
Ricky, I have no idea. Here's
the
replay.
Oh, got a car around Zachary Hall is around in the wall.
I think he just got loose and then decided to just drive it into the barrels.
Yeah. What?
Click the like button, folks. You love what you're seeing. We know you do. One more look at it. You said Zachary Hall around now?
This whole, this whole ordeal. Keith Hughes still leading here. Sean Dotson keeping in close touch here. You see, Joe, they're really running that middle line, trying to kind of use that to arc the turn. I'm really liking that about this track, because it really does seem like there's some options here to play around with that entry to get a good line, but it doesn't necessarily seem like there's a one-size-fits-all solution to getting around this place. I've seen guys running up by the wall. I've seen guys running down by the dirt. Like, It's all over the place. Coming up on the 27 of Mark Snyder here. Keith Hughes up to the outside of the 27 car. 75 Son Dotson going to get to the inside of him, going all the way down to the paint to pass him.
Oh, 27 into the
Muscling
wall.
on by there, Joe. Mark Snyder goes sideways, but he hangs onto it.
Why are we taking the lap car 3 wide?
It's Richmond, baby.
Folks, please click that like button. I swear. I hate to keep asking. Click the like button. We'd appreciate it so much. I keep asking and people start leaving. It makes me sad. Aaron Hall will be in the 99 the rest of the season.
Hey, Joe, you want to open up the JTN mailbag?
Yeah, I got a question here from one Mr. Lee Weaver in chat. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. He asks, Richmond has had some of the most memorable moments of any track out there. What is y'all's favorite Richmond moment? Ricky, I'll let you go first.
None. I'm kidding. No, I always like that one. God, I can't remember which it was the fall or spring. I think it was a spring race. 2014. Where just all of a sudden, for no reason, there was like a 5-way battle for the win. I think Logano won that. I can't remember who won that. Also, the year that Edwards moved Busch, the track, and that was like Goodyear hit that like magical combo of like being able to make the whole track work line wise, and they never did it again. That was a good race. I think that was 2016. That one.
Yeah, that sounds right. I think our boy Weaver has the diecast.
Didn't Edwards retire in 2015? After 2015?
He retired after Jimmy's last championship, so 2017. But 2015, I think, was the first year he was in the 19.
Yeah. Okay, I think 2016 then.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lock in my answer on that. I think that was 2016.
Weaver says that's his favorite. Tristan in chat says that duel between Terry Labonte and Mike Skinner in 1995. Huh?
I said that's a deep cut.
I was gonna say
Say Dale Jr. 08. I'm gonna hurt you.
Kyle Busch wrecking the dog food out of Dale Jr. in 2008 was definitely a memorable
The
moment.
shot heard around the world.
Carl retired at the end of 2016. I'm sorry. I always get my 2016-17 championships confused.
That was a good finish, though. I kind of wish they'd raced it to the end. But that was funny through all of it that they were racing that hard, and then Clint Boyer
just wins.
How do you lose a race to Clint Boyer?
I don't know. I think people did it like 6 or 7 times.
Like, you just lost to Clint Boyer. Go think about what you did.
I have a good memory of Brad like absolutely dominating a couple of these races here at Richmond.
Who, Clint Boyer?
No, Brad.
Oh, Brad, yeah.
Yeah. But those aren't like memorable races by any means, unless you're like a fan, right? So
I'm trying to remember. I have like a weirdly selective memory with Richmond. Some years like I remember things, and then other years it's just a complete blur. Like I don't remember anything from like the Car Tomorrow years besides 08. But I don't remember it racing bad. That was a weird part. Mark Snyder goes for another halfway spin in turn 2, keeps it rolling straight. Richmond's fun. I enjoy Richmond.
yeah, Richmond.
I like when Dale Jr. won here at Xfinity. That was cool.
That was cool. I was actually listening to that one on the radio. I think I went and saw a movie that day.
Did you see anything good?
I don't. What year was it?
Let me. It was a year after he retired, so I think 20.
So 18. He won.
2017?
I
No,
thought
he
he
retired in
won-
2016, so I think it was 2017.
He did not retire in 2016. He retired in 17.
2018, then I think.
When did Dale retire?
Or maybe that did happen in 2017. Maybe he did run the Xfinity race that year.
Did
I don't
Dale
remember.
retire?
Hey, Dorsey got to the inside of Jason Dady, though. Dorsey is a lap ahead of Dady, but having some issues getting on by him here. Keith Hughes starting to come up on a lot of traffic. Got on by Xavier Brown, but now he's going to be coming up on Brandon Rustin and Zachary Hall, who are both racing for positions 7th and 8th, respectively. Oh, chat, they're saying that was 2016, so I got my dates a little wrong.
Yeah, I knew he wasn't done full-time cup racing. Dale Jr., he retired after the 2017 season, right?
Yes, last year, whatever the last year the Chevy SS was, which I think was 2017.
Yeah.
You're still leading here at Richmond as we're discussing this heated debate.
Enthralling
Lap 75
conversation
up
we're having.
200. We'll walk through this pretty quickly, Joe.
Yes, we are.
Same race Cole Custer made his Xfinity debut in the 5-car. Jeez. Cole Custer driving a Chevy?
Yeah.
Weird.
Remember Stuart Haas was...
Actually, wasn't 2016 the year that he had the Chevy SS Samaro, or the Chevy Samaro, whatever,
Yeah.
at Michigan? Like, they repatched the car and they just put a cup car fender on it.
Yep.
I love that photo. I don't know how that passed. I don't know how they were able to do that. They were allowed to do that, and I love that photo of the car racing on track.
Well, it was Dale Jr.'s team.
Dale Jr.'s neat.
Gotta let him race.
He's still leading here as we're having a goof and a gaff.
And Keith Hughes has got this race locked down right now. Anyone out there in listener land wants to chime in with their favorite Richmond memories, feel free to do
Yo,
so.
did Brad ever win at Richmond?
Yes, he's won a bunch of times here, actually.
I forgot. Can't think of any other good Richmond memories. Like the chase stuff's the easy things to like bring up, but I really
Right.
don't remember a lot of cutoff races. I like vaguely, even like the wilder ones. Like I vaguely remember like Spingate being really boring until Spingate happened. Tommy in chat saying when Jason Keller won in 2002, that is a good decision. Tommy, always go with Jason Keller.
Then asking if we mentioned Kyle Busch winning on his birthday in 09. We haven't, but now we have. Kyle Busch ran the TRD, like the TRD paint design, that paint car. He ran that at Richmond in Xfinity. I believe.
Someone in chat saying, "Who is Jason Keller?" Get out of this chat, sir.
Tristan, what the
Don't
heck?
actually, but
I know you're doing all your forestry school stuff, but you can't disrespect our boy Jason Keller like that.
King Jason Keller.
The King. That's
The
his
King.
name. He's the King.
Yeah, Richard Petty gave him the title. Jason Keller is actually considered the king.
Keith Hughes driving away now from Sean Dotson in the 75, who sits in second. Tate Dorsey has lost the third spot. It's Cade Welty, who now rides there in the 97. And Welty starting to close the gap. Dotson in the 75 there for second. You a big Combos fan, Ricky?
Are you singling me out because I said that earlier today?
You see, I think you said that before, but do you like combos?
I've literally never had combos in my life.
Oh, I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, I literally just said this.
That was
today
Bugles
that I didn't know
bags,
if people
though.
actually ate combos or if they were just like a government conspiracy designed to sell like, I don't know, bags at convenience stores and just anything. Because I swear to God, I've never seen someone eating them. I just see them rolled up in someone's car.
Yeah, I'm not a big combos fan, but they're definitely they have Midwest food vibe all over them, you know.
Zach Hall catches the outside wall a little bit there. That's in the 6th position. That's how fast Keith Hughes is getting around this joint right now. Just lapped at position number 6. Mike Carroll coming down on pit road. Joe, I think it's the first of green flag pit stops we've seen tonight. So
We got one
we'll
around.
see if anyone else. Oh, Mark Snyder is around again in turn 4. Oh, got collected Tate Dorsey in 4th position, Joe.
Might have been in contact with the 97. Send him around. Yeah,
Yeah, I think the 97 just got him a little bit trying to navigate that.
Oh, Tate Dorsey just clobbered him.
No caution, though. That's really going to hurt the... Yes, there is a caution.
Oh, good. Let's go on board with Tate Dorsey here.
You know who this might... I don't actually know if this will benefit. Mike Carroll was on pit road when the caution got thrown. We'll see if they give him that lap back. If they give him that lap back, that's going to be huge for the 35 team. Because he's a lap down right now. Chat, if I see someone walking out of the store with bugles, I'm walking the other way. You put bugles on your finger. You make monster hands. You go, you pretend you're the Mike Myers from Shrek. You kill all those campers.
Oh my god.
They're the same guy, right? That was based on a real story.
Ricky, what are you talking about?
Yeah, the horror movie with the guy with the fingers. It's like Mike Myers, right?
I don't know what
Michael
you're
Myers?
talking about.
Eddie Murphy? Everyone come back down pit road. We'll see what they do with the 35 of Carroll here. I'm curious about this because if Mike Carroll can like get that lap back, I don't think he is. So he'll probably have to go to the end of the line. So it kind of doesn't do much for him. But at least he didn't go any more laps down. Yeah, Tommy's talking about it in chat. I'm talking about Shaq the Third. I like that one. That's my favorite one.
I didn't realize Shaq had 3 movies.
Yeah.
Thought he was a basketball
they
player.
came out when you were in the bathroom.
I have never gone to the bathroom during a broadcast, Ricky. That's
In your life?
blasphemy.
We were saying that the one with all the kids. Yeah, he does Shaq Fu on them, and then they're like, we gotta find Shaq the Third. He's killing all these campers.
Wow.
And when he comes up, he goes. Whatever the music does. Chat, anyone remember Shaq Soda? Do you know that this is the real one? Steven Seagal had an energy drink.
That sounds correct.
That's absolutely a thing. Obviously not anymore, but Steven Seagal had it looked exactly what you would think Steven Seagal having an energy drink would look like.
Like really greasy looking?
Just like really weird, like just pseudo badass design. Looks like it'd probably kill you if you sip it. Are we going back green here, Joe?
Maybe we're doubling up. Let's see. Green
We're
flag.
going back green. Steven Seagal here at Richmond International Raceway.
I remember when he did that one thing to that one guy in the movie. That was
funny.
a great moment. All-time cinema. Dorsey and Dotson side by side for second behind Keith Hughes in the 82. Hughes has dominated this race. Dorsey trying to find a way around the 75. After Ryan Priest, or after being Ryan Priest to Mark Snyder's Kyle Larson to bring out this last caution. Xavier Brown in the 30 up into the outside wall. We lose a spot there to James Sykes. Zachary Hall trying to climb back up the leaderboard. Welty as well. Welty and Hall is a battle for position. First car lap down is the 30. Xavier Brown will try to hold on to the lucky dog spot should we get another yellow. Back up front, though, battle for second, still on. Tate Dorsey trying to find a way around Sean Dotson for the spot, and Dotson starting to reel in Keith Hughes a little bit here in the opening 10 laps of this run.
Keith Hughes still leading Sean Dotson in that second spot. Like I said, Tate Dorsey trying to look to the inside of that 75 there. Can't make it work just yet. Tate saying in chat earlier, apparently flipping does not make your engine light to accelerate. That's actually accelerating pretty good.
It looks like, yeah, I was going to say it's doing pretty well.
Keith Hughes hanging on to that lead. Second spot is Sean Dotson. Dotson trying to get closer to him. Tate Dorsey in that third spot. Oh, Tate Dorsey overcooks the turn there, Joe. Gets caught on that outside wall, keeps it rolling. One thing I'm really liking here tonight, I kind of was trying to say it earlier, and then I think we had the caution, but with that grip kind of up by the wall, these guys aren't getting that wall glue, if you've noticed. It seems like they're actually bouncing off the wall and not like a normal reaction to hitting that outside wall. They're not getting stuck in there and slowing down a lot, but they're also not spinning out when they try to get off the wall, which is nice to see. Well, Joe, we are now halfway through the race. 102. Well, I guess we're 102, 200. What are you looking for the second half of this race?
I am looking. You know, I'm looking to see if anyone can keep pace with Keith Hughes in the 82. Dotson doing a good job right now, right, Ricky? We're seeing that bright blue number 75. He's keeping within striking distance. If Hughes is to make a mistake, but we saw as the last run went on and we got into the wee laps of it, A2 just a little bit better on the older tires, able to manage those good years a little bit better. I want to see if that's the case here, or if Dotson maybe has picked up a thing or two and can keep with the 82 for the next 100 laps.
And chat got a discussion for the broadcast booth. Are shoes just inferior sandals?
What?
Are shoes just inferior sandals?
No. Shoes are better in every single way than sandals. I will stick by that.
I gotta go with you here, Joe. I like shoes. I've been spoiled by having work boots, but when you have a steel toe, it's amazing to be able to drop 500 pounds in your foot and not feel it.
Isn't it fun?
It's great. It's fantastic. It's liberating. Sean Dotson looking to the inside. Keith Hughes couldn't get it done just yet. You're talking about, though, Dotson definitely has been running faster than Keith Hughes last few laps. Dotson definitely ran a fast lap than Hughes last time by. We'll see if he tries to look up high here. Keith gonna go down low here to block him, though.
Anthony saying we're not trustworthy in chat. Ben asking, have either of us watched the current season of Survivor? I haven't. Ricky, I'm assuming you haven't either.
Joe, all shoes, I'm just looking in this chat, somebody saying slip-on shoes for the win. All shoes are slip-on shoes if you don't buy nice shoes.
Yep.
That is my philosophy of life.
Yep, that is true. If you're listen, we grew up buying the shoes from Walmart that were about 10 to 15 bucks.
Oh, good God, I do not envy that. I did that once, and it was the worst decision of my life.
Those are slip-on shoes, baby.
No joke about this. It was my first week of college, and the sole came off of my shoe, and I was like, oh no, I have to go buy shoes for myself, but I don't want to spend money, because I'm now a college student. I need to hoard money like some kind of
Right.
Goblin, I guess. Basically, it was like I was like, I'm just gonna go to Walmart and get those $10, $15 sneakers, so I have something to walk around with. And I'm not even kidding about this. I probably will use them for 2 days. The rubber sole was literally disintegrating everywhere.
Yep.
I walked. There were like rubber pellets. I was like a racetrack. I had marbles coming off my shoes and just dusting up into the nowhere lands. But I was leaving a groove everywhere I went, Joe. It was just disintegrating the bottom of the shoes. I think it took a month, and it was like walking on ice, because there was no grips left on the bottom of the shoes. They had fully disintegrated and were totally smooth. But I don't like those shoes. That was not a fun experience.
Yeah.
But that was funny looking behind me and going, what the hell's following me everywhere I went for like a week, because I couldn't figure it out, and it just looked like rubber pellets were chasing me. Yeah, buy Goodyear sneakers. The only sneakers endorsed by Rusty Wallace.
Dude, I really want to buy a pair of those. I just don't like buying. I don't like buying shoes online.
Like, for the ha-has, I'm like, man,
They look cool.
I want a car tire as the underside of my shoe. That'll make
They look
it,
cool.
go quicker.
They look cool. I like the
They do
look of
look
them. If Goodyear Rubber Company would like to sponsor us, that would be pretty
Goodyear
sweet.
Rubber Company would love to sponsor us. I have Falcons on my car.
Well, you can get a new set of tires that are good.
To be fair, I just kept the OEM tires on it, which are Falcons, I think. So that is, take that up with Jeep.
Who are they a subsidiary of?
Ooh, Falcon?
Oh!
I have,
They're a subsidiary of the company I'm about to go work for.
oh, who, Jeep?
No, the tires. The Vulcan tires.
What are they a subsidiary of?
Sumitomo.
What?
Sumitomo, it's a Japanese company.
Oh, yeah. I almost got those on my car.
That is amazing.
I like that. It rolls off the tongue. Sumitomo. Keith Hughes still leading here. Season 95 of Garland Oaks, moving away for Jason Dady here. Actually racing for position with Jason Dady. Here comes Sean Dotson to the inside of the 95. Dotson had a big bobble while we were talking, Joe, like, I don't know, 10, 15 laps ago, and it just seems like the car's kind of lost its boogie here. Can't really catch Keith Hughes. Keith been running faster lap times again. The 75 just kind of trying to make up the ground somewhere, but I think right now he's just kind of biding his time, hoping that we get some pit stops, get some tires on that car. Put some Sumitomos on that car.
That is amazing. Got General Tire. Ben, I've never had General Tires. I couldn't tell ya. That's crazy. That is crazy. Keith Hughes dominating this race in the 82 tonight. John Dotson in second. Tate Dorsey third. Cade Welty in the 97 has retired. That leaves just these three. I'm sorry, James Sykes and Zachary Hall still on the lead lap. Mike Carroll now the first car lap down. The 95 Garland Oaks on pit lane. Facing the 28 is Sykes. What's the fall off? Where are the lap times looking like right now?
Well, Joe, 22.364 is what Keith Hughes ran last time by, with Sean Dotson right behind him at 22.506. So Dotson about 0.2 of a second off. Tate Dorsey about 22.548. So kind of in touch with the 75's doing, but Keith just keeping those 22.3s rolling. Ran at 22.2 last time by. Interestingly enough, Keith Hughes' fastest lap is at 22.046. So
Only two tenths of
yeah,
fall
not
off.
a lot of fall off here.
Yeah. I would have thought there'd be a little bit more. Could that be a product of them racing a little bit higher up the track?
Possibly, yeah.
Thank you, Ricky.
What do you want? No, Joe,
I don't know what I want you to say.
What do you want me to say? Do you want me to, Joe, fight me? No. Yes. I would think you might be right. I know as much as you.
Saw Hughes go on by Sykes there for the spot. We're just watching Keith Hughes right now. We're just kind of watching, wait, and see what happens.
It's Keith Hughes' world, and we're all just Keithing in it.
It's actually Tommy's world, and we're just living in it.
It is just Tommy's world, and we're just Keith Hughesing in it.
Yep. We're Keith Hughesing in it.
Keith could be coming up on Brandon Rustin and Mike Carroll, who are racing 6th and 7th position here, side by side right now. Rustin trying to get to the inside of that 35, kind of got loose on the bottom. Gathers it up, coming down the back straightaway, coming into 3 here. We'll see if these guys kind of get back together before the leaders catch him, or the leaders catch them. 'Cause that could definitely throw a wrench into what Keith Hughes is doing here. We saw it earlier with the 27. Oh, the 018 to Rustin hits the outside wall, locks it up on entry. Back Hall slow too from 4th position. Here comes Keith Hughes, and he's boxed in, Joe.
Box.
Oh, Keith trying to check up for the 018. He can't get on by him.
Boxed in, but getting it back rolling now.
Keith has now navigated that. We officially only have 3 cars on the lead lap. Keith Hughes, the 75 is Sean Dotson, and the 6 of Tate Dorsey.
Another question from the broadcast booth by way of Tony. If Twinkies were not a food, what would it be?
Goo.
I would say like building material, like a brick. You know, maybe like leave it out in the air for a little bit so it gets stale and hard. Squeeze it a little bit. Use the ooze as your binder material.
Twinkies are industrial solvent. You can actually use them to insulate your walls, like insulation foam.
Now, sponges is too easy of an answer, Tristan. All right.
Twinkies have actually been used in the last 20 years as a replacement for asbestos in older office complexes. for home
You think
for
that-
heating
how long before
purposes.
how long before those offices start smelling really bad?
Better than smelling of asbestos.
Fair enough. Do you remember the big Twinkies crisis when Hostess went out of business?
Yeah, because they were filling their Twinkies with asbestos.
It's not Ricky.
I'm kidding on that because that is a joke.
Ricky, we can't say things like that.
Hostess is gonna come after me. Like, whoever owns Twinkies now is gonna come to my front door. The Twinkie the kid's gonna be holding a bat. Guy in a big Twinkie suit's gonna be like,
His
we
little
heard
cowboy
what you
hat
said.
on. He's got his little 6-shooters in his pocket in favor of a bat.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you know he does have a 6-shooter, doesn't he?
Pretty sure he did. Tristan, what's your favorite kind of tree? That's what I want to know. Am I allowed to ask people in chat questions?
Tree.
Tristan, what's your favorite kind of tree? Let me know.
Mountain Ops. Is that like Mountain Dew?
No, Sean Dotson's in the wall. Don't know how that happened.
Okay, now we are down to 2 cars on the lead lap. The 82 of Keith Hughes and the 6 of Tate Dorsey. Tate really... Tate's got a heck of a poker face, Joe, talking about how that car is not firing off good because it rolled, and yet it is the only car on the lead lap beyond the leader. Sean Dotson having some issues here. He's like running around here in second gear.
Oh my gosh.
What if he's got a tire going down?
I think
Something? He's like slow.
I would be surprised if the transmission's gone on that car.
Looks like it's still under power.
Going down pit lane.
I don't know if I'd like someone saying in chat longleaf pine. I don't know if I like that. It sounds, you know, they all sticky. They got that sap on them, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's real pine in the ass.
Well, that's Tristan. He's the forestry guy.
Joe, you just gonna leave me hanging on that?
Yeah, I am.
How dare you?
Anthony, don't be a freaking jerk, man. There's no way.
You learn something new on JTN every day. You learn Steven Seagal has an energy drink or had an energy drink, and you learn the scientific name for the longleaf pine and what family it comes from, and that it is identifiable by its very long needles, which come in 2 needles per fascicle in their distinctive white bud. 35 Mike Carroll on pit road from 6th spot, so I think these guys are gonna start coming down pit road here. I think it's the shot in the air that these guys are gonna start coming down pit road soon.
Sean says his favorite trees are the ones that don't drop sticks in his yard. Weaver with the good question. Oh no.
Trees are very fire resistant, yeah.
Oh no.
That's,
just an update. Sean Dotson has retired from this race.
oh no.
Xavier Brown is...
Oh,
has-
Xavier Brown's in the ambulance, Joe.
He's
How'd
in
he
the-
get in there.
He's in the
Look
ambulance.
at him, he's wiggling.
He has gone to his local... He's trying to go to his local medical facility.
This is a metaphor for tonight because
You want to finish that one?
Keith Hughes put a clinic on the field.
All right, there you go.
Joe, I have no idea what happened here.
That's
I don't
good.
know, Brown aimed for it. He starts wobbling all over the place, that catches the gap of the wall and just stops there.
I just hope he doesn't have a concussion.
Golly, gee whiz.
Got any jokes that I can put in audio over this?
Watch his head move.
Look at this. Drone cam. All right.
Xavier Brown in chat saying how to get support from the EMTs.
Oof. Not good. Not
Brandon
what
Rustin down on pit road from 5th spot. So right now this really is Tate Dorsey and Keith Hughes' race to lose, which We said something similar last week at Mexico City, and then we had the leader explode, and then we had the leader after that lose a gear. So I don't know what to believe anymore, Joe. But for the moment, Keith Hughes leading, Tate Dorsey 13 seconds back.
Lots of brains, lots of goo, lots of brain goo.
You know, brain goo is actually called brew.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, taking the injured driver. Driver takes himself right to the AMR safety team. You're a big AMR safety team fan, right? Keith Hughes is on pit lane. How many cars are even left out on track? 6?
I'll get our expert statistician on that forthwith. 7.
Tate Dorsey now off of pit road.
Now, Joe, you think that low-slung roof would be an aerodynamic advantage?
The what?
Tate Dorsey, because he rolled, the roof's all kicked in.
Yeah, it's really flat, though.
Yeah,
Almost too flat, you know what I mean?
you're too flat.
I wish. Ricky, you're not saying that to people at bars, are you?
No!
That would be kind of rude. Walk up to somebody.
That would be rude. How dare you? So Keith Hughes back on track
Hey,
here
real quick,
with those
real quick.
4 big old...
Hey, Ricky, I got something more
Rubber.
important. We got a statement update on driver number 30 and the 30 team, Xavier Brown. A statement from Xavier Brown Racing. Xavier will be transferred to a local hospital. Updates will be provided when available. So,
That certainly gives me an Xavier frown. You're 30 cars out of the race tonight. But glad to hear that he is okay. Oh, that didn't say he was okay. Oh. Joe, this joke is getting sad.
Ricky, I think you broke me, honestly. I'm corpsing over here. I don't know what to do.
John in chat saying he does not trust it. It is not a local medical facility.
Yeah, local medical facility is the term we like here on J10. We don't want all of our fans to call their local hospitals. Okay, Xavier was alert and talking to the safety team, Ricky, so while your joke is still distasteful and horrendous.
Okay, well that makes me have a little bit less of an Xavier frown.
See, you should have just left it at the first time you said it. Wasn't as funny the second time.
Oh, within the last 50 laps of this race here, Joe, moving on quickly. I gotta think that might be the last pit stop, honestly.
Yeah, update from Sean Dotson, gearbox issue there on the 75.
No.
So, you said it looked like he could get up into gear. Well, couldn't get up into gear. Gearbox went out on him.
That's unfortunate.
Oy vey. What's our top 3 right now, Ricky?
Top 3, excuse me. At the moment is Mr.
Keith Hughes.
Ki. Who
Alright.
keys?
Not time to be funny,
82
just say the
car.
names.
Second spot is Tati Dorsey in second in the 6th car, and the third spot is currently
Alright, Ben, I'll get you the export.
it is a 32 car piloted by
Zachary Hall.
Zachary Hale.
Apologies to all those drivers. Ricky's in a silly, goofy mood, apparently.
I'm in a silly, goofy mood. We're having a fun little time here tonight. It is Maverick Night in America here at Richmond
Remember, folks,
International Raceway.
click the like button, subscribe. Please, oh, please click that like button. Still only 13 likes with 23 people watching. That means 10 folks haven't clicked the like button. What are you doing? please click that like button. We'd really appreciate it. It helps support us here on JTN. It helps get these streams out to more and more folks. Remember, you can also buy our Maverick Night in America t-shirts on our spring store. You can find that link down in the video description below to get yourself on over to the JTN merch store and purchase a Maverick Night in America t-shirt. No, Ben's in the server. He's in the server.
Yeah, I really like that on the walls. There's like Circuit City ads, just because it reminds you of simpler times.
Tristan in chat. Ben is in the server. It looks like he fell out real quick. So when he asks for an export, he needs the export with all the results for the whole race, because a couple drivers had already fallen out and they won't show up on the export.
Joe, did you ever go into a Circuit City?
Ricky, my recollection of what Circuit City looked like probably is not that good, but I remember going into a Circuit City, yes.
Was it magical?
I was 5, so I don't know.
I don't think I ever went in one.
Update from XBR. Xavier is at the local medical center. He was complaining of lower leg pain. Closing in on the end of this race.
Joe, I'll be honest with you. I don't want to editorialize, but we stopped being a real country when Radio Shack closed.
I miss the Radio Shack in my town, and then it became like a T-Mobile.
I didn't really take it. I kind of took it for granted right until it started disappearing, because like there was that period after it went away where they still had like online stuff, and I kind of figured out about it in college.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was really good. It was a really good place to get like dumb, like finite, really specific like electronic bits and pieces, and resistors and doodads and such and the sort. And you can't get it anywhere. You can't get it at box stores.
Now the big box stores don't treat you right. Radio Shack always did, though.
Radio Shack always did. Come to Radio Shack. No one's there, but you might get stabbed.
What?
What?
Ricky, this is why we don't have advertisers. Because you say stuff
Because Radio
like
Shack
this.
isn't a business anymore. Otherwise, I'd be wearing a big Radio Shack hat. We keep shilling for defunct businesses. We gotta diversify our portfolio. Joe, do you like Whisk? I see that on the wall. Do you like Whisk?
I have never used Whisk. It's probably too expensive for me.
Killing me.
What is it? It's dish cleaner, right?
Is it?
Or is it surface
I
cleaner?
thought it was pasta sauce.
That's ragu.
What?
Ricky, there's no way. You're not serious.
No, I genuinely... What? Hang on. Whisk.
Whisk is not pasta
Okay,
sauce.
this could be... Whisk is an American brand of laundry detergent. Okay.
Yeah, not pasta sauce.
Wait, hang on. I think I know why this messed me up. Hang on.
Because ragu.
No, hang on. I'm gonna find a logo of this that proves my point.
No, you're not. You're literally not.
I swear to God, they both used to do, did they not?
All right, let's have some updates here.
I swear to God, they use the same font.
They don't.
What?
Update.
Well, life is a lie.
75. We got smoke on the backstretch. 32. Gonna go a lap down here, Zachary Hall. Let's get you a replay. But update on the 75. Sean Dotson lost the fourth gear after having to got loose through the corner, saved the car, but to gain back some of the speed, downshifting ends up tearing out fourth gear, or trying to upshift back into fourth. The gear was gone. See what happened here with the 32. He's just going to get loose and go for a little blooper by himself. Rustin with a good job avoiding him.
Discussion going on in chat right now.
Also,
I put vodka and pasta sauce where you can just put the vodka straight in your mouth. I put dish detergent in my pasta. What are you guys doing?
Please don't do that at home, folks.
Don't do that at home.
Xavier Brown, sounds like what happened with the 30 car, hit the wall, something broke, and then they hit the gap in the wall. Putting vodka in pasta sauce is not uncommon. Okay, thank you, Anthony.
Oh wait, Joe, I see one that we could pitch for. That's on the wall. If I'm seeing this right.
Home Depot?
No. Ballpark Franks.
25 laps to go. Bristol would like that.
I'm looking at it on the wall right now. I'm not liking it because the tagline says "Be big, be meaty." Let's not pitch for Ballpark Franks. I take that back.
I can't wait for Keith
Who's still
to go
leading.
back and watch this
25
race
laps to go from Richmond.
and listen to what... I can't wait for Keith to come back and watch this race and have to listen to this as the soundtrack of... If he ends up holding on for these next 25 laps, the soundtrack to his victory is us with this banter.
Joe, you know, I kind of forget about it every now and then like 3/4 of the way through the broadcast, I remember people talking about sometimes watching these with like family and stuff, and I'm like, my God, what have I done?
Yeah. I try... Folks at home, sometimes Ricky just becomes this uncontrollable snowball.
Says he's listening. So
This uncontrollable snowball just rolling down the hill, and it is my job to hopefully keep that ball of snow from running over the cabin that all of our viewers are in. And unfortunately tonight, I think I did not do a great job of that. We're holding on, though. We're holding on. He hasn't swore tonight like he did last week. So.
Mailbag. Question for the JTN booth. Favorite type of
favorite plane?
Wow. Favorite type of plane?
I like planes from like World War II, so I was a big like P-40 Warhawk guy because they had like the shark teeth on them and stuff when they had them over in China, and they had the Volunteer Flying Tigers, or also like the P-51 Mustang. It's another good one. Another question from Anthony is favorite question. What's your favorite question, Ricky?
My favorite question was, what's your favorite plane?
Oh, okay, cool. Update. Xavier currently in the x-ray room and does not have a concussion. That is crazy. I don't know what hospital they took Xavier to, but I wish we had a hospital that was that quick here.
Joe, you know what?
Tristan, that is not a question I'm going to ask or answer.
My favorite plane is this horrifying plane of existence that we must walk through every day. $20 laps to go here from Richmond. 19 laps.
New episode
Ballpark
of Fake
Franks.
New episode of Fake Racers podcast now available on JTN2. Go check it out. It's also available on your favorite podcast platforms. Davey, Matt, and myself talked about all things from Talladega, why the racing seemed to be better this week. We also talked about Goodyear possibly having a new short track tire, why you can't block high, and much, much more. All that on this week's edition of the Fake Racers podcast. Again, available now on JTN2.
You know, I actually did see something on the wall that we could be pushing. Where'd it go?
Bosch?
No, Checkers.
Oh, yeah, Checkers would be
Rallies. That would be pretty good.
good. Checkers and Rallies.
Look, see, we figured it out. We're big boys.
I wish there was a Checkers or a Rallies close to me here in
There's
Ann Arbor.
none close to me. I think I have to go to, like, upstate New York to find, like, a Checkers.
It's pretty good, though.
Not
Definitely
bad.
for the price. Right? Because they're super cheap because they don't have, like, sit-down. Most of the restaurants are just 2 drive-thrus or a single drive-thru, so they're usually pretty cheap.
We should do, since we're both Canadian adjacent, we should just start being like Tim Hortons, yeah?
I love Tim Hortons.
I love Timmy's, yeah?
I love Timmy's.
I love Timmy's.
Yeah, but you're the one in Boston, so you gotta like Dunkin'. So
Yeah, I mean, I've had Tim Hortons before. It's pretty good.
I like Timmy's. You get your little Timbits.
No, I got a sandwich at 3 a.m.
Oh,
at a New York State rest stop.
like a
Good
breakfast sandwich or
like
a...
a chicken bacon ranch, I think.
Okay. Now I'm hungry.
I'm not, as Keith Hughes leading here, 187-200, 14 laps to go here from Richmond Regional Municipal Theater.
Raceway Park.
Raceway Park Incorporated, Roval, trademark. Keith Hughes still leading. Second is Tate Dorsey, who is 17 seconds back. Kind of hanging on to that. Kind of keeping that gap, that delta, pretty even with the 82. I've been losing a ton of time on him, so Tate's car's not too far off. Just doesn't have that track position they need. As Keith is almost all the way back around the track, chasing him. As Tate's in turn 4 right now. Keith is just entering
My
turn 3.
goodness.
Keith using the magical quest to lap Tate in the next 10 laps.
And those two don't like each other. There's no love lost there.
They don't like each other. They've lose. They know they have lost. They're angry. Mike Carroll gets the outside wall. Keith Hughes gonna have to go to the inside.
Richmond International Raceway.
Richmond International Raceway. You know what we should do? We should take one of these wrecks, or one of these big wrecks that we have in these broadcasts, or one of these onboards, and just green screen in Mike Skinner.
I've been...
NASCAR Thunder going, how would you feel if this was happening in front of you?
So I really appreciate you saying an idea that I've had for a very long time out loud on a live stream.
Did you?
Yeah. I've been thinking, there's been a couple that I've thought about doing that for, I just haven't had the time.
I can't read your brain, Joe.
I know.
I can't read minds. I don't have the psychic powers.
We're on our 10 to go.
I'm not Jimmy Neutron.
Remember, folks, if you want to sponsor our 10 to go segment, contact us. How does it feel knowing Michigan has only won one national championship since the civil rights movement? Tristan, that's a great question. I wasn't alive for it, so honestly, I don't care. I know they haven't won one in my lifetime, so your words don't hurt me, I guess. The to go segment is open.
Oh, Keith wiggles us into the outside wall, Joe. That scared me. I thought Keith was about to go around. That car got sideways.
Hopefully he didn't break a tie rod.
Goodness me, that scared the sneeze out of me.
Yeah, Tristan, you can take that Georgia fan stuff and you can...
I'm a Boston fan. I'm a Red Sox fan. You can't say anything about a gap of time that is going to faze me at this point. What, 84 years?
Keith just keeping it interesting.
Keeping it real with Keith Hughes.
That's not right. Do you remember keeping it real with Kurt Montgomery? That boy would keep it real.
That was pretty good. That was pretty real, honestly.
Yep. Bye to go.
Keith with the fake drama is what's saying in chat.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
He's just got to get back around here 5 more times. Coming around for 4 laps to go. Keith Hughes in the 82 Honda Accord.
Mustang Dark Horse will debut for Xavier Brown Racing next week at Atlanta. That will be very cool to see.
Xavier Brown side. Keith Hughes coming off turn 3. The wheel is in his hands. It's perfect.
He's still got a couple laps, Ricky.
Yeah, I know.
All right. Tristan, you're not going to get on the Fake Racers podcast by bringing up a bunch of bad Michigan stats. I'm just throwing that one out there.
You could have a special tree episode.
Have a special tree episode.
Special Arbor Day episode.
Ask
2 laps to go here. Keith Hughes leading. Tune in for Fake Racers podcast. Special Arbor Day episode coming up soon.
When is Arbor Day?
I have no idea. Did we already pass it? We probably did.
Earth Day was this last weekend, so maybe.
The only one it really matters, but here comes off turn 4 to take the white flag. Keith Hughes, 1 lap to go here from Richmond.
Needs one more clean lap. Keith Hughes in the 82 Honda Accord just trying to bring it around and nurse it home. He has been on a roll this year, trying to take home his 2nd win in 5 races. through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. It'll be Keith Hughes taking home the victory from Richmond as they wreck across the line.
And Joe, as Keith Hughes takes home a dominating win, we are getting told in chat by our statistician, Mr. Ryan Pace, that Arbor Day is actually on Friday, April 28th. And that is a very real thing.
I believe it. Ryan Pace is chief statistician for a reason. As Keith Hughes will bring it around and burn it down for the fans here in Richmond. Or not. I don't know what he's doing. I'm hit. He's burning it down on the Maverick Cup Series logo. Love to see it. So we'll talk with Keith and the rest of our podium finishers here tonight. Stick around as we get ready to talk with them. Again, folks, make sure if you haven't already, click like on the video and subscribe. It's the best way to help support us here on JTN, the JoeTowNetwork. And stay tuned for more Maverick Cup Series racing every Tuesday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Those race results incoming. Results on your screens in mere moments, but Ricky, I mean, we saw...
Did you get the export there, Joe?
I did.
Okay.
I did. I have to. Ricky.
I had an opportunity to grab it if you need it.
Oh. Look at Ricky being helpful. That's nice.
Yeah, that's a nice change of pace.
Ricky guy, man. Results incoming, but first, let's get a word while we wait for our drivers to make their way into the media center with our friends with AutoSim 2. Have you ever wanted to manage your own racing team? Or what if you could go back in time to see if a particular season could have finished differently? Well, folks, have no fear because AutoSim 2 is here. With fully customizable roster files, you can create your own world or try to recreate the past. Heck, you could even try to predict the future through AutoSim 2's Sim mode. Don't like the passive approach? Well, then get more hands-on in owner mode, where you decide who drives your cars and what companies will sponsor them. Down on your luck? Well, then scout some new talent that will get you to the top. Already super successful? Try moving up the ladder or expanding to truly solidify your racing empire. However you want to play, AutoSim 2 has you covered and is now available for purchase through the Steam store for $9.99. Now go make your mark and build your legacy in AutoSim 2. And again, folks, AutoSim 2 is now available on Steam for $9.99. Go check it out. Again, AutoSim 2 now available on Steam for $9.99. Results on your screens here in a couple seconds. While we're getting those lined up. Ricky, why don't you bring in our race winner here tonight?
Certainly, Joe.
There he is. Driver the number 82, Keith Hughes, race winner here tonight. Keith, you got a copy?
I do. Could you see that what that 6 did at the end of the race?
You know, that was
Stopped
just
to hit me.
that was dirty.
I mean, come on.
Ugh. How dare he?
I just, well, we saw what it does though. It made him go a lap down with his little stunt, so I hope he's happy about that.
Keith, you led 199 tonight. What made you so successful?
Well, I was just keeping it smooth and trying to save tires for the longer run. It's pretty good track. Tate did a lot of work to it, and then he does that. So it's hard to compliment him on his work on the track when he's doing that mess on the out there. But I'm gonna have to go back and look. I thought I got them all. I think Cade may have got me speeding on pit road 1. I have to go back and look. I think I let them all. We'll see.
Garland led one because he stayed out, or he
that's
won the
right.
race off pit road because he missed his box or something.
He missed pit road, and that's why he got that lap lead.
Yep.
Oh. Well, that's okay. At least I passed Tate because I was cooking, and when I got loose there near the end, like I got a little loose entering one, and then the right side of my wheel came off my stand, so I had to catch it and put it back on, and to save it. So that was interesting.
So the night wasn't with at least a little bit of adversity late.
Oh yeah, my goal was to catch Tate. I wasn't going to until he did his little stop on the front stretch. I'd cooked too much trying to catch him, and that's all I wanted to do. I wanted to put him a lap down. That's what he deserves for the kind of driver he is.
Well, Keith, a big victory here tonight, second one of the year. You're going to gain a lot of points on. I think Roger would have been the points leader, but wasn't here tonight, so going to gain a lot of points on him. Also, do you feel slighted since you didn't win the pole, even though you ran an identical lap time to Tom Musa?
Yeah, I saw that, and I was like, okay, I got this. Then his second lap, I was like, I guess he got me by the thousandth of a second or something. Which I don't. If he beat me, he beat me. That's fine. And like I said, I didn't run much faster than that during the race. I was just kind of my pace that I wanted to stay on was that speed. That way I could kind of keep my tires under me. And the 75 gave me a great run, that second stint. And he just eventually, I think his tires let go. But he was really pressuring me, and I was almost ready to go faster. And I was scared I was going to burn my stuff up and mess my race up. But he did a good job. He unfortunately blew fourth, and that really, really killed his race. I feel sorry for him.
Well, Keith, a fantastic run here tonight. Congratulations on the dominant performance. Before we let you go, though, I want to give you the opportunity. You got a lot of great partners on this car. You got a lot of great folks to shout out. You've been up here plenty of times before. You know what to do, buddy.
Yep. I want to thank Mountain Ops for being on the car. Honda Accord was able to keep the gears together this week, unlike last week. And Mondays of Thunder, great league, except for Tate. It's fun to race over there. Just watch out for him. And that's it. Well, thank you for hosting us.
Well, Keith, again, congratulations on a strong run here tonight. And as always, cannot thank you enough for your time.
Thank you.
Keith Hughes, driving number 82, your race winner here tonight. Let's go ahead and next bring in our second place finisher. He's the driver of the number 6, Tate Dorsey. And while we're talking with Tate, going to give you a look back at the battle for what ended up being third between Zachary Hall and James Sykes here on your screens. But Tate, strong run here to end this race, buddy. How'd you manage to take home a second place finish after being on your roof in that first caution?
Yeah, I really liked the track. Thought it ended up pretty good. You kind of run a couple of different grooves. Yeah, just felt good. I would burn my stuff up and get a little tight there, and off of 4, I could get inside of someone, and then they just drive away from me. And it was so frustrating to I could keep the speed and entry and get to their inside or their outside, but I just could not get the drive up off, or maybe I was just bad, but that's what Keith Hughes would say.
Well, Keith had a couple things to say about he called it a stunt at the end of this race. Any comment about that?
I mean, I don't know what he wants me to do. I rolled, and the engine just decided to let go. It's not my fault. The guy has good hands and no talent, can't avoid a car. I wasn't moving much. You know, he had all the room to the left, could have gone to the apron, but he decides to make a show of it. So arrogant.
So he couldn't lead all 200.
Yeah, I mean, the guy's a hack. I mean, let's just be honest. The guy's a hack. Backs into all of his wins.
Backs into all of them?
Oh, yeah. I've never seen him drive a clean race in my life.
All right, fair enough. But Tate, a great run here tonight. Second place finish. Before we let you go, I want to give you the opportunity. Got a lot of great partners on this 6 car. We're going to throw you back in a room with Keith, too, so you guys can kind of try to talk it out. But, well, floor is yours, buddy. You know what to do.
Yeah, Valvoline. Love Valvoline. Great motor oil. Don't drink it, Ricky. But Maverick, these races are pretty long, but they're kind of fun. Just running there. I think Keith mentioned MOT on we race Sundays and Mondays. I have a lot of fun over there, even with Keith. He's pretty good. Let's be honest. But yeah, Mondays Thunder's pretty good. Maverick, it's fun being able to just race sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
And JTN for putting it on.
Well, Tate, again, congratulations on the runner-up finish. And as always, can't thank you enough for your time.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Ricky.
Tate Dorsey, driver, the number 6, your second place finish. We got beef, Ricky.
Got beef.
We got beef. Let's go ahead and bring in one half of an amazing battle for third there that you just saw the replay of at home. Driver the number 32, Zachary Hall. Zachary, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, third place finish tonight, buddy. I know it was not without its ups and downs. Saw you spin late. You had to rally back. How'd you manage to finish on the podium?
You know, I'm quite surprised, honestly. I was running kind of good, you know, 5th roundish, and I was starting to catch up. And then I had some dumb wrecks, some spins, you know. But it was just pushing and pushing and trying to work with what I had, especially coming up to the end. There was a lot of laps in which I wasn't focusing at all. Surprisingly, one of the first times I've ever said happened, someone confessed their feelings while I was driving. So I was dual wielding the entire time, half the time. So there was some spotty laps, that's why. But no, coming up to the last couple laps, I knew the 4th place Jason, he had a lot of speed, and I had to do what I knew best was just stay on the outside line, get that momentum, and yeah, I'm surprised that ended in a podium. But after everything I've gone through this year, I'm quite excited to be on an interview. Yeah.
Well, it's been a up and down season so far. How much, though, a battle like that with the 28, you guys were side by side for a couple laps there at the end. How much does a battle like that kind of help build some confidence for you behind the wheel, knowing that you can race with someone hard like that, especially with so much on the line with the podium finish?
You know, after finally getting a better PC, you know, and finally being able to race more, I really started lacking that confidence of, will I be able to catch up, you know, and be able to fight for position. But that really proved that I can still fight, and I still, you know, can get podiums and still even try to fight for the lead up points. So it brings a lot of confidence, and going into the next race here, I'll definitely be more confident.
Well, Zachary, got to keep that confidence up. Stringing together a good run here tonight. Congratulations on the 3rd place finish. Before we let you go, though, I want to give you the opportunity. You got a lot of great partners with this 32. Got a great team behind you. Been up here plenty of times before. The floor is yours. You know what to do.
Well, first of all, I'd like to say thanks to my family, especially for my mom. I wish my dad was here right now, but he tragically passed. So he was one of my biggest supporters. So I'm glad that he was able to support me while he could. Solomon JOP and the entire team for letting me race with them, and, you know, being able to put out these positions for them. And thank you for Benjamin Snyder for, you know, making this league possible and being able to race.
Zachary, again, congratulations on the podium finish here tonight. And as always, cannot thank you enough for your time.
All right, thank you, man.
Zachary Hall, driver the number 32, your 3rd place finisher here tonight. Well, Ricky, that's going to wrap up our coverage here from the Richmond Raceway. Great little night, a long night of short track racing action.
Long night of short track racing, but fun time all around, Joe. It's Richmond, baby. What else can you say about it?
Can't say much else, folks, so I'm not even going to try. Remember, if you want to keep up to date with us here on J10, you got to follow us on our social media at JoeTowNetwork, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. You can also find us live over on Twitch, twitch.tv/JoeTowNetwork, with every single broadcast. And, of course, right here at youtube.com/@JoeTowNetwork. Make sure you click the like button and subscribe. Doing all those things does really help support us. You hear every YouTuber say it. It is true. You click the like button. It boosts those interactions. When those interactions get boosted, we get more and more folks kind of passing by, getting the opportunity to tune in and see what we're all about here on JTN. The next time we're live is going to be Thursday night. Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series from the Dover Motor Speedway will be live again next Tuesday from Atlanta, right back here with the Maverick Cup Series. With all that being said, though, folks, for all of us here at JTN, for our producer Bristol, for my colleague Ricky Collette, I've been Joe Towansky. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time live right here on JTN. So long for now, folks. Yeah, and they're going to be 3 wide coming to the checkered. Never mind, they're going to be... Oh! Turn 4 into the trioval. Whitehill in through the grass. It's going to be Noah Joyce winning his first career race in the Red Bull Cup Series.
Off the line in the wrecking ball.
by side again. Contact there between Cinder and Bordeaux for
Oh, the contact! Oakley into the wall. That's going to be Jack Healy coming to the line.
Jack Healy with right to